The following episode of The Kingdom of Isolation contains footage from the film being discussed. The footage is used solely for the purposes of education, commentary, and criticism under fair use. Please support the animators by watching this film on Disney Plus or home media where available. This episode also contains spoilers throughout.
Hello my fellow Disney fans and welcome to the Kingdom of Isolation. When times of trouble, why not celebrate the magic of Disney? My name is Kenzie and today we're going to be heading for another trip into the 100-Acre Wood with Winnie the Pooh, Springtime with Roo, released direct-to-video in 2004. Now, this is a heartwarming Winnie the Pooh story that celebrates friendship, forgiveness, and the joy of new beginnings as well, which I think is pretty sweet. It's a story where spring should be in full bloom, but Rabbit's stubbornness puts a chill in the air until little Roo helps everyone discover the true spirit of the season. Now, in today's episode, we're going to be exploring what makes this film such a charming addition to the Winnie the Pooh legacy, from its Easter themes to the memorable songs to the lessons it gently teaches us about hope, kindness, and change. So pour yourself some honey tea, settle in, and let's wander back into the 100-Acre Wood together, where spring is always just around the corner. Now, if there's one thing I've loved about doing the Kingdom of Isolation since I started it nearly about 5.5 years ago now, it's always heading into the 100-Acre Wood. This is one of my favorite episodes to do. It's just doing anything Winnie the Pooh related, I've just absolutely loved. And I'm going to be doing a special Kingdom of Isolation episode talking about the legacy of the Winnie the Pooh franchise, which we will get to in due course once I've got like the main bulk of everything sorted, because I've still got the live action remix and I've got the DreamWorks Diaries starting next year as well. Nevertheless, I have loved every single adventure in the 100-Acre Wood so far. Will this be any different? Now, the events of the film directly parallel those of the classic Charles Dickens novel A Christmas Carol. So don't be too surprised if we make a couple of references to the timeless tale throughout this episode. Now, Tigger shows Rabbit's events from the past, and then the narrator, voiced by the late David Ogden Stiers, has him listening in on another character in the present, and then shows a dismal future, leading Rabbit to realize that he can change. Now later, Rabbit references lines from the novel by stating, "I'm as jumpy as a jackrabbit, I'm as giddy as a school bunny." This is also the first full-length Winnie the Pooh movie without Christopher Robin or Owl in any capacity. Well, we don't physically see Christopher Robin or Owl, but we do get reference to Christopher Robin in the opening narration that we all know. And we'll get to that in just a moment. And Jeff Bennett, who's no stranger to the Kingdom of Isolation at this point, provides the singing voice for Piglet in the song Easter Day With You, even though Fiedler provides Piglet's singing voice in the rest of the soundtrack. Aside from the new voice of Roo and who wrote the music, that's pretty much it for the behind-the-scenes information. There was basically nothing on IMDb. I even tried looking elsewhere, but hey-ho, here goes nothing.
They shared many exciting and unusual... What is going on here? Hello? Is anyone there?
As I just mentioned, we have the very warm voice of the late David Ogden Stiers providing the narration we're all familiar with at this point. Now, David was last seen in the Kingdom of Isolation in Pocahontas 2. Oh boy, that was an unpleasant experience to go through when I covered that film. And he was he was reprising his role of Governor Ratcliffe in that film. Train wreck, I should say, because that was a sequel that did not need to be made. Anyway, still, top right of your screens if you want to hear me give my thoughts on that particular film in that particular episode.
Mr. Narrator?
Oh my word, Roo is so adorable already, and I already love him! Now, he's voiced this time by Jimmy Bennett. No relation to Jeff Bennett, sadly. Now, he's had roles in Daddy Daycare, Hostage, The Amityville Horror, Poseidon, Evan Almighty, Orphan, Shorts, No Ordinary Family. He was a young James T. Kirk in the 2009 Star Trek movie, and he has voiced Rue in Kingdom Hearts 2, taking over from Nikita Hopkins. Maybe I should have covered this film around Easter time. Still, onwards, I suppose. Kanga, voiced again by Kath Soucie, tells Rue to get some breakfast before heading on his Easter egg hunt with Tigger.
If I find any pink eggs, I'm giving them to Piglet.
Oh, that is so adorable! But not as adorable as him getting a blue egg for Kanga because they're the prettiest. Oh, why is he so... Eagerly finishing his breakfast and bounces straight into Tigger, who, alongside Rue, voiced by...
Guess who? Guess who? It's him again!
Are we getting tired of Disney legend Jim Cummings yet? I'll take that as a no. Tigger has a huge bag of things to carry out the Easter egg hunt, while Pooh is with Piglet. The latter, voiced by the late John Fiedler, and this would be one of his final roles before passing away the following year in 2005. Now, off to Rabbit's house we go.
Oh yes, Piglet, especially if there's honey. My tummy and I have been so looking forward to this day.
Only around 4 minutes it took for our silly old bear to mention honey. Now, there's a running gag in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints whenever it comes to General Conference, which we just had at the beginning of the month, where you've got Elder Dieter F. Uchtdorf. How long does it take for him to mention airplanes? This year? Less than 30 seconds. Anyway, while the animation has had a small downgrade compared to, say, Piglet's big movie, our last adventure in the 100-Acre Wood, our previous adventure, I should say, it's still a very pleasant color palette and art style to take in.
Even you must be happy on a day like this, Eeyore.
Positively tickled pink.
Never change, Eeyore. He's voiced again by Peter Cullen. Okay, so checklist. We've got the narrator, we've got Rue, we've got Tigger. Hang on. From the top, we've got the narrator, we've got Rue, we've got Kanga, we've got Tigger, we've got Pooh, we've got Piglet, we've got Eeyore. Someone's missing. There's someone missing. Rabbit, voiced again by Ken Sansom. And we're all set. Now, everyone aside from Rabbit is together, ready to hunt Easter eggs. Leading to the first song of the film, we're hunting eggs today. The music, both the score and the songs, are provided this time by Mark Waters. He was last seen with not only The Return of Jafar, but also Aladdin and the King of Thieves.
Spring cleaning day.
And there's your buzzkill. Goody. Maybe if Rabbit didn't cut everyone off, they'd actually be able to explain to him that it's Easter. Still, time for chores to be done. Annoyingly, because it's apparently spring cleaning day. Quite fitting, really, that Rabbit is the Scrooge in this film. Looks like we've got our Christmas Carol reference counter, apparently. Okay. One reference so far. Let's see if you guys can keep count at home.
And it will be just as pretty inside, as long as you all do exactly as I say.
I've really tried to avoid saying this, but I now officially hate rabbits. This was the tipping point for me. You've gone too far with your detestable behavior and always having things that need to be done perfectly, and this is the point of no return. Rabbit decides to promote Pooh to supervisor for some reason.
A supervisor is someone who sits right here and doesn't cause trouble.
No, that's just putting him in timeout. Also, just get the spring cleaning done yourself. At least then you know what you're doing, because everyone else will find something to mess up somewhere along the way. Even the narrator points out how selfish Rabbit's being. When the narrator's pointing out how selfish you're being, you know you're messing up. Still, Tigger manages to clean the cobwebs off the ceiling while everyone is just feeling absolutely miserable. 3 guesses why. At least we get another cute song, Sniffly Sniff, leading to a great big sneeze from Winnie the Pooh. Oh no! Take cover, everybody!
Winnie the Pooh sneezed the biggest sneeze that had ever been sneezed in the 100-acre wood.
The sneeze is so big that it even sneezed Tigger's stripes off. If there was ever a bigger reason to hate Rabbit even more, this is it. He has been holding the Easter eggs hostage. So they decide to decorate the house, causing Rabbit to snap. But before we get to all that, Easter Day With You is the next song, which works as the theme. It works well as the theme for the film.
I'm afraid you've been terribly misinformed.
You what? Excuse me, what? So Rabbit, with no right being,
absolutely livid.
And I've already explained why. You're nothing but a fun sponge!
I'll take that.
Case and point. You've made everyone completely miserable, even destroying and ruining your hat. So everyone heads home, and Roo is the most miserable of everybody. Thanks, Rabbit. You broke his heart! So Tigger tries to straighten things out with Rabbit, but given the history between these two, I'm not holding my breath.
I don't mind if we never hunt for eggs, Mama. I just want to give everybody a happy Easter.
I mean, honestly, how can your heart not melt for the adorable youngster? Tigger makes it to Rabbit's house, foreshadowing a future Kingdom of Isolation episode.
Rabbit!
And shock and surprise to absolutely no one, Rabbit completely disregards how everyone else feels and isn't being a selfish rabbit anymore. You're being a selfish pig! Didn't think I'd be calling a rabbit a pig. But, metaphorically speaking anyway.
Onomatopoeia? And that is a word.
At least Tigger tries to lighten things up with a fourth wall breaker. Save those for Deadpool. Rabbit bluntly enforces that Easter will never happen again in the 100-acre wood, despite the fact that Rabbit used to love Easter.
Says who?
I beg your pardon, Rabbit. You did used to love Easter.
That's him.
Thank you, Mr. Narrator! Tigger takes Rabbit to chapter 3, in which Rabbit organizes a very organized Easter celebration. That is literally the name of the chapter, thanks to Mr. Narrator.
Well, maybe this is a different kind of rainbow.
There's only one kind of rainbow, Tigger. The right kind.
Even here, Rabbit's an arrogant, pedantic, selfish pig. In this chapter, it's Roo's first Easter in the 100-acre wood. So everyone goes to get him while Rabbit organizes everything.
And I most certainly do not miss Easter.
Really?
I loved being the Easter Bunny.
That says otherwise, hypocrites! You claimed that you only enjoyed last year, which was Roo's first Easter, because you liked being in charge. My word, you really disgust me sometimes, Rabbit. Roo heads off with his friends while Kanga finishes unpacking.
Won't be so happy if I don't get these supplies in order. We're already 10 minutes behind schedule.
Do us all a favor and lighten up! Rabbit then gives us, by default, the worst song of the film, just from how much I hate him. The way it must be done, and just to save you the hassle, I'm not even going to bother explaining why I hate this song so much, because I already hate Rabbit that much to begin with.
Everybody was having fun.
Is that so?
Oh, I see your point. Everybody was having fun but you.
And unsurprisingly, Rabbit is blind to all of this. Also, you did have a choice, and you decided to be a cantankerous, spoilt, childish little pig who either wanted things done your way or no way at all. Case in point number 2.
And rule number 1 is, the Easter egg hunt does not begin until the Easter Bunny says so.
Would you please shut the hell up?
Thank you, Chris Jericho, for stopping me from going kaboom.
Did somebody say boom?
Wait, Sandy, no! Too late. Rabbit finds everyone looking on in disgust and then gets his heart broken about Tigger being the Easter Bunny. Doesn't exactly give you an excuse to take things personally.
Go away, Tigger. I want to be alone.
Now, I can't feel sympathetic towards Rabbit here because of how antagonistic he's been. Not just here, but throughout the entire franchise. I genuinely cannot feel sympathetic for him at this point. Back in the present day, everyone is hunting Easter rocks instead of eggs because Rue claims that they've run out of eggs. Tigger makes it back, breaking the bad news to Rue, breaking his heart, and the music adds to the emotional weight of the scene. Rabbit makes it back to the present, only he's not at his house. He's at Rue's. Oh, reference number 2. Okay.
Oh, so it is. I must have stopped on the wrong page.
You stopped here on purpose. Why did you do that?
Simple. To knock some sense into you. Or do I need to do that myself? We get a look inside Rue's house to find him in bed drawing something, giving us a heartbreaking, I should say, reprise of Easter Day with You. And what he's drawing is him with Rabbit, which is just, honestly, the sweetest thing, even if I've been so critical of Rabbit's behavior throughout the film.
I wish I could make Rabbit happy.
Honestly, the pure innocence of Rue, he's just so innocent in all this. He's just heartbreaking to see at this moment. And annoyingly, Rabbit decides to remain stubborn once more and locks everything away in the chest. The stripy egg, the Easter honey pot, the bunny ears with the tail, and Piglet's pink Easter egg basket. Am I missing anything?
Sometimes a narrator has to do what a narrator has to do.
So Mr. Narrator takes matters into his own hands. Shows him a future where everyone has moved away from the 100-Acre Wood, mirroring what happens towards the end of A Christmas Carol, where nobody came to Scrooge's funeral and he sees his name on the tombstone. Not that kind of tombstone. Although, that would be very funny to see Undertaker give one to Rabbit. Wait, too dark? Rabbit sees the picture that Rue drew of him, and at last he sees the light. Ooh, that sounded very nice. With more sense knocked into him.
What have I done? Where are all my friends?
Friends, you say? You certainly didn't treat them like friends.
Rabbit tries to go and find everyone's Easter things, only to find the chest empty. He wakes up the next morning to find it was all a bad dream. He acts like Tigger for the final song, something I never thought I'd say, the grandest Easter of them all. When Rue wakes up, his excitement is at 12, never mind 11. he starts up like an F1 car, lights out, and away we go! And yes, I am wearing something F1 related because we just had the Mexican Grand Prix yesterday, at time of recording. Storms Pooh out of bed in a wheelbarrow, collects Piglet, landing a strike with Eeyore's house, and springs into action with Tigger all the way back to his own house. All the way, and Rue does this all the way back to his own house. Initially, it looks like they're making him a new hat, but they're actually repairing the hat he already has. Oh, and, speaking of rabbits, okay. This is not going to end well.
You can't have Easter without all this.
Do not make me take any more points off the character section of the scores with that stunt alone, Rabbit. At least we get a nice visual of the 100-Acre Wood being all decorated for the Easter egg hunt, and just seeing Rue's face light up is just so wholesome.
Happy Easter, everyone.
What the dickens? And I do mean Dickens.
And if that's not saying this was inspired by A Christmas Carol, I don't know what does. Rabbit gets his repaired hat from Rue, and Rue teaches Rabbit how to hunt the eggs, leading to the finale version of Easter Day with You.
BBFN! Bye-bye for now!
That is so cute. Referencing Tigger's TTFN. Ta-ta for now. Yikes. Can't quite go that high. I'll just leave it to Jim Cummings. And what's also cute is at the end of the credits, we get Rue's drawing of him with Rabbit. Well, that was another interesting adventure in the 100-Acre Wood out of the way. Now, on to the scores. So, this tale with the story, this tale earns an 8 for its clever and imaginative approach brilliantly adapting the classic structure of A Christmas Carol to fit an Easter setting. The narrative manages to weave in heartfelt moments and playful humor, capturing the spirit of both holidays while remaining true to the beloved characters of the 100 Acre Wood. Its inventive twist on a timeless story makes it a standout entry in the series. Now, the characters I gave a 7, and this is primarily because of Rabbit's. Rabbit's behavior stands out as particularly antagonistic in the tale, often acting more as an obstacle than a friend to the others. His strict rules and controlling nature drive much of the conflict, making him less sympathetic and more of a foil for the group's fun and camaraderie. And yet, this portrayal adds depth to his character, highlighting his eventual growth and importance of forgiveness and understanding among friends. The rest of the cast remain true to their endearing selves, balancing Rabbit's gruffness with warmth and enthusiasm. The visuals, I'm going to give a 7. I'm going to give an 8. The animation shines with vibrant colors and charming details, perfectly capturing the whimsical atmosphere of the 100 Acre Wood during springtime. The Easter decorations and lovingly rendered backgrounds enhance the festive mood, while expressive character animation brings each scene to life. These delightful visuals not only add to the story's appeal, but also create a memorable backdrop to the character's seasonal adventure. The soundtrack, I'm going to give an 8 as well. The soundtrack deserves a strong 8 as it complements the story with lively tunes and gentle melodies that reflect the changing moods throughout the adventure. Most of the songs are memorable and the festive tone, and fit the festive tone, with Easter Day With You standing out as a particular highlight. However, the way it must be done falls a bit flat, lacking the charm and catchiness of the other tracks and momentarily disrupting the otherwise delightful musical flow. Nevertheless, the overall score remains high for its ability to enhance the narrative and charm audiences of all ages. The legacy, I'm going to give a 7, and this is despite the fact that this film has no Rotten Tomatoes score. It does have 3 reviews. It does have 3 reviews from critics as well. So, Dustin Putman from thefilmfile.com says, lovers of all things Pooh will undoubtedly want to own this Blu-ray release because this did get a Blu-ray. It did get a Blu-ray release. While children in the single-digit range will now have another go-to title to watch every Easter, and rightly so. And Sarah Wenk from Common Sense Media says little kids will enjoy this Easter tale. The only negative review from the critics was Tim Brayton from Antagony and Ecstasy, saying it aggressively and obnoxiously telegraphs its intention to only impress and entertain very small children, indiscriminate ones. That one I think is a bit harsh. So 3 reviews there, 1 positive, 2 negatives. So that would make an average score of 67%. That would make a total score of 67% on Rotten Tomatoes. Although we would probably need to get more reviews to make it a more accurate score. This special has carved out its own place in the hearts of fans, earning a respectable 64% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. And its inventive and reimagining of classic material and heartfelt message continue to resonate, ensuring its legacy endures as a cherished seasonal favorite for many viewers, both the young and young at heart, as I've brought out many times throughout the Winnie the Pooh franchise. Now, the overall score is 76%, so it's got itself into the top 10. It's ahead of Lady and the Tramp 2, which has 70%, and it is behind DuckTales, the movie, Treasure of the Lost. It's behind the DuckTales movie and Aladdin and the King of Thieves, which are both sitting on 80%. But again, I've put Aladdin ahead of DuckTales just because Aladdin's more memorable to me as far as I'm concerned. It is a place in the top 10, and it is respectable for this latest adventure in the 100 Acre Wood. We've still got a couple more adventures to go. And honestly, I'm not ready to say goodbye to the 100 Acre Wood for the time being. Still, we can always go back to these episodes to relive those wonderful adventures with our favorite silly old bear. So, that being said, I can still absolutely recommend this. It's a great it's a creative adaptation of the Christmas Carol tale that we all know, fitting into the Easter theme, and it fits really well. And it's just another charming adventure in the 100 Acre Wood. I cannot be overly negative about the 100 Acre Wood or Winnie the Pooh in general. Even if we do have to tolerate Rabbit's antagonistic behavior throughout most of this film, like I said, I can still recommend this one without any question. That being said, hope you enjoyed this episode of the Kingdom of Isolation. If you did, hit the thumbs up. And if you want to be part of the Kingdom of Isolation yourself, you can hit the subscribe button down at the bottom, click the bell, and turn on notifications so you don't miss when an episode goes live on this channel. I also have a passes page where you'll get to see uncut episodes of the Kingdom of Isolation, as well as new ways of experiencing Kingdom of Isolation episodes from 2026 and the start of the DreamWorks Diaries, also starting next year, where on the passes page you'll get to hear the official movie soundtracks. What do we have next in this? And we are heading to France, and we have got our favorite dynamic trio, Mickey, Donald, and Goofy, as we explore their take on
the Three Musketeers.
But until then, make each moment count, and I'll see you guys next time in the Kingdom of Isolation.